major price reduction. So I want to talk about it and explain why. It doesn't mean anything's on fire, but it means this is what we talk about where you got to take your time when it comes to certain product. We have Fusion World doing great, crushing, right? Certain items skyrocketing. The Ghost Rare going up and up. So people are liking it. Confirmed sales keep going up. Good news. Bad news is for energy markers. Energy markers were up to $150 on release. We sold the few we had. I had a cooler and I got rid of it. The guy graded it. He was happy. He got a 10. But I didn't get a lot of other goals. Very hard to get in the beginning. Well, now that your locals has a few of them, but more importantly, we just had an event called Celebrations. Celebrations, there wasn't a lot of prizes. There was just basically those Gokus and Vegetas and a fair amount of energy markers. Well, because that's all they were giving out and there wasn't any product, now there's a bunch of them. And the prices went down to $25 for an energy marker in many cases. People are still asking for 150. People are still asking for $200, but it makes sense, right? It wasn't that rare of a product because it's the entry prize, right? But you can win more of it if you do well. And then there's a little bit of chase to it. Now, that doesn't mean they're not good buys. At 20, 10, 15, whatever they settle at, they could be very good buys because these are effectively the same thing as Tournament Pack 1s all the way back in Dragon Ball. Think about how many of those cards have existed, how many of them have been played with. It's very hard to get them once we get out of this section. So whatever's been printed is done with, right? They're done with waiving prints for the first wave of prizes. We only know that because they haven't announced any more events. That's always the dead sign that Bandai doesn't have more product because they always do events to the moon if they can. So that means that there's not going to be a reprint of this set. At a certain point, you'll notice, hey, this price is too low. And I should collect some of these energy markers because next leaders are going to be different, right? It looks like Goku is going to be the U7 leader again next set, but it's a different Goku. So that means the energy marker will likely be different. And then so you can start doing collections. You can take your time, slowly grade these. These are amazing products. And they will age probably pretty well because they do look really sweet. But you got to keep in mind is you got to find that right price point, and I don't know what that price point is. All I can say is I'm not buying them yet, but I'm watching it. And if I'm watching it, that means other people are watching it too because they can sense there's going to be some money to be made soon at the right price.